relationship drama with the best night of your life. Your host Jay and Simply E hold on, get ready to enter the J Spot, on intellectualradio.com.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo! You have entered the J Spot where we are strengthening relationships in families, one conversation at a time on intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. You all, thank you so much for allowing me to share this ride home with you, be with you as you cook dinner, as you help the kids with the homework. Yes, you all, they have homework. Now, we're getting nearing the end of the first semester, the first half of the school year. Spring, winter break will be shortly, but as of right now, they have homework. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page, our YouTube channel, like and follow us there, the J Spot Radio. Go to our Facebook, like and follow us there, the J Spot. TikTok, the J Spot Radio. Instagram, the J Spot Radio. J is spelled Jaye. Listen, for all platforms. Guys, we have an amazing show lined up for you tonight. Plenty of hot topics. Now listen, you all I'm struggling. What do you all think? Are you all, and I'm just going to touch lightly on this and I'm just going to keep it moving. Are you all, what do you feel about this the Diddy documentary or docuseries that 50 Cent has done? Are you guys watching it? Are you into it? I said I'm not watching it. I'm personally over the whole Diddy thing, because as long as you got people like the Nickelodeon executives, and as long as you have all those other people free that have done these foul things towards children and to children, I'm over it. I don't want to hear nothing else about what did it do it, did it didn't, did it don't, did it do, did it doom dong. I don't want to hear nothing else about Diddy, because again, I feel like there's other people that are still out there that are just as guilty as they say Diddy is, just as guilty, that are doing these crimes against children. So until we put a little bit more pressure on those people, please and thank you, and miss me with this Diddy stuff, because the stuff that he was guilty of, with the Cassie thing and all of this other stuff, that's basically, she settled with him for that. So I'm not watching it, but whatever. What do you all think? Just drop in the comments. Are you for watching this docuseries? Have you watched it? Did you learn something new? Did it change your mind on how you originally felt about Diddy, or did it make you, did you get some type of revelation from watching this docuseries? And I'm just like this. I when I saw that it was a 50 Cent production, I'm just like, I don't understand. I don't understand it, because 50 Cent doing this, I just hope that he doesn't have any skeletons in his closet or any baby oil in his closet. I just hope that he does not, because, for you to be throwing stones like that, and for you to be opening up some graves in somebody else's backyard, I just hope that there's nothing left to be discovered in his backyard, because if it is, woo woo woo, so I'm just over the whole Diddy thing. But again, am I the only one? Are you guys watching this? Did you all learn something? Did this make you say, you know what? Yeah, Diddy is such a creep, or whatever it is you felt about him? Did this change your mind about Diddy? Because I'm being urged to watch it. But again, at this point, I'm just like, yeah, it's a strong no for me, because again, it's so many other people out there that I feel like, you know what, listen, it's some justice needs to be done for these kids. And until that happens, I'm just like, I'm not interested in seeing somebody else be, I'm not interested in seeing Diddy, another black man being railroaded, because again, This was railroaded stuff. The stuff that people want him in jail for, that's not what he's in jail for. Now, I know some people may feel like, you know what? If we couldn't get him on this, well, at least we got him. It don't matter how you catch a snake, as long as you catch it, then that's all that matters. And you know what? I'm not going to give any pushback for that, because some people have their reasons for feeling the way that they feel. And again, I have no pushback for that. But as for me, I don't have no skin in this game. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm not interested in seeing another black man being taken down or and exposed by another black man. And all I can say is, 50 Cent, please don't have no baby oil and no freak capades and all this other foolishness. Please don't have that in your backyard, because it's a gospel song that I love. I absolutely love it. It's called "Sweep Around Your Own Front Door Before You Go Trying to Sweep Around Mine." 50 Cent, sweep around your own front door before you go sweeping around Diddy's. Sweep around your own front door and make sure ain't nothing there for these folks to uncover. Because when it's some stuff to be uncovered, you ain't even saved. So you being the token right now. And rightfully so. And here's the thing. I mean, I feel like this. With 50 Cent, I feel like 50 Cent is a genius. Like, this man is a very intelligent man. I love his business moves. I love a lot of things about him, business wise. But morally, I don't know. Like, his moral compass is, to me, in my humble, nobody asked me opinion, I believe that his moral compass is a little bit on empty. But outside of that, again, maybe in Hollywood you don't need morals, because if you do, you not going to be able to do all of the things that are required of you, or you're not going to have, a cutthroat nature to do a lot of the things that's needed to be done if you want to, make it to certain levels in the industry. And so I know that he didn't make it there, being, afraid to, ruffle some feathers. But again, I'm just not one for tearing down a brother, just so that I can get some cheese. Now, listen, speaking of tearing down, you all, look, some of us ladies, listen, I'm going to start with us today. I love us, and I love us to pieces. But this first hot topic, you all, I struggle. Some of you all are making it very rough. Look, I'm struggling, because with this first hot topic, like, literally, there's no way I can't even clean this up. Now, you all know I like to kind of spin things and, clean it up and, look at a different side of the situation. But with this first hot topic, I just absolutely cannot do that. So you all know there are different versions of this show, the Pop the Balloon show. So this, I don't know, this is not the official version, but on some version of the Pop the Balloon, you have this young lady, and so the man is there, so the man is choosing. And so the young lady pops her balloon because she said, so she has 5 kids. And so she was asked, how many kids does she have? And she stated that she has 5 kids. And so then she asked him, how many kids did he have? And he stated that he has 2 kids. And once he revealed that he had 2 kids, she popped his balloon. She popped her balloon. And it was at that point that I was baffled. I didn't understand. So I needed to hear what her reasoning was before jumping off and saying something crazy. I needed to hear what her reasoning was. You all, this sugar plum, she said that she popped her balloon because he had too many kids. Oh, you heard me. She said she popped her balloon because he had too many kids. Now, mind you, let me give you the count on the kids. He has 2 kids and she had 5, but he has too many. And I said to myself, woo? And so it was at that point that I said, you know what? We have to have a conversation. Now, you are entitled to your preference. You are entitled to like what you like. You are entitled to like what you like, want what you want. You are. However, it has to make sense. So what I didn't understand was if he has 2 kids and you have 5, the last time I checked, 5 kids was more than 2 kids. Now maybe she was saying, you know what, if with my 5 and your 2, that's gonna be 7 kids. That's gonna be too many kids. But ma'am, you coming to the table with the bulk of the kids. So she was asked, well, how many kids would you prefer that he have? So the host asked, okay, if 2 is too many, okay, well, what about 1? And she's like, well, I mean, I guess 1 might be okay, but it's he just got too many. It's too many, and he got too many kids. At this point, it didn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense to me because you're a woman with 5 kids, not bashing, not throwing shade. But if your expectation, if you're like willingly seeking a dude that does not have any kids, why? I don't understand. Like, what was, if that was the only thing, I could see if she was saying, you know what, I don't believe that there'll be anything, no chemistry. I don't think that we would have anything in common. I don't think, she didn't say any of that. She popped the balloon. She said because he had too many kids. He had 2, she had 5. At this point, do you all, is that a chick that you would put in the delusional category? Is she delusional for thinking that, listen, I can proudly come with my 5 kids, but I'm going to disqualify a dude that has 2 kids because I'm saying his 2 kids are too much, and then I'll get in my feelings if a man tells me that 5 kids are too much. We gotta kind of make it make sense. Like, if we can, big bad wolf it about, oh, well, take me and my kids and we a package, because you are. That's a definitely a fair statement. It's an accurate statement. You are a package deal. But so is this man with his 2 kids. And you can't expect to take your package deal and want to only target men that don't have any kids. Now, if a man fell for you and he didn't have any kids, then that's fine. But it's like, some of us, we gotta use the same metrics that we want to be used when it comes to us, when it pertains to us. So if you don't want to be discounted because you got 5 kids, why would you discount a man because he has 2 kids and you got a sloth more than the kids that he has? So he'll be good. He's gonna easily find somebody quicker than you would with 5 kids, especially if you are targeting a man that don't have any kids, because that's what I got out of that. Because if 2 is too many, and she's saying she'll think about if him having 1 child is okay. Ma'am, you are out of your rabbit. Somebody say the cuss word for me. Mind. She's out of her rabbit mind. She's out of it. Because, ma'am, look, we gotta look. At this point with 5 kids, you don't need to be on pop the balloon, because the balloon popped already. That's why you got 5 of them. The balloon popped, or you didn't use the balloon. So you need to go and stop worried about trying to find somebody else to have baby number 6. And maybe, just maybe, That's her strategy. Maybe she's getting these dudes that don't have any kids, and now they got to be stuck with you because you know that you going to put it on them, and now they going to have another baby with you. They going to have a baby with you. So he going to be baby dad number 6, and then hopefully you can stress him out so that he'll take care of all of the kids when that originally was not his intention. So I'm saying, ladies, not all ladies, but you know who you are. The ones that move like this, we got to do better. We absolutely positively have to do better, because if you're saying that 2 kids are too many, we gotta be okay when dudes sit up here and when they pounce back and say, oh, 5 kids too much. We gotta be okay with that. If we got women out here disqualifying dudes that have 2 kids. So all I'm saying is, what's good for you to put out needs to be good for you to be able to take that back. You have to be able to accept what you putting out there. So don't dish it out if you can't take it, because a lot of times, listen, we're good, baby. We good at dishing some ish out, and then we cry and cry when that same ish is dished back on us. So let's just be fair about this ish. And I'm saying, listen, for women, if you are a woman that does this, I'm not saying everybody. Whenever I say something, it is not applied towards everybody, because there are exceptions, and all women are not like that. So this particular statement is an exception. It's it's a handful of chicks that operate in this category. A handful of them, not everybody, but it's a handful of them that are out there that does this. So if that's you, again, you can't pull up to the situation, pull up to a dude and, oh, here's me and my kids. We're a package deal. Yes. That's a big dang on package. You got to let him get adjusted to you. You got to understand, listen, you're bringing 6 to his 1. That is a lot. That is a big responsibility. It's a huge financial responsibility. And let's be honest, a lot of dudes are not willing to take that on because it's a lot. So we can't sit up here, oh, well, if you broke, just say so. No, ma'am. Ma'am, you got a lot. You got a lot going on. See, we try to reverse it and try to play with their manhood and play with their ego because they can't afford, or they're not willing to sacrifice their lifestyle and give up their money to take care of you and everything that you bring to his life. You're supposed to be able to complement each other. And I'm not saying that a woman with 5 kids cannot compliment a man that does not have any kids. Now, I know I can feel you all typing. Let me explain what I mean. If she has 5 kids, okay, and she is taking care of her children, her and the fathers and whoever, or the ex-husband, whoever is responsible for those kids, if she got that in order, then okay. At the same time, if you all were to get together and it would be something permanent, then of course his money is gonna be divvied up 6 ways. I just don't see how would you be with a man, you getting with a man, you marrying him, and you all are living in the same household, and none of his money is going towards your kids. I don't understand how that's done. If people do that, please explain to me the logistics behind, you having 5 kids. He ain't got to do nothing for my kids. Well, ma'am, if y'all married and y'all live in the same household, to me, I think that that's a ridiculous statement to say. But listen, different strokes for different folks. But when you come into together, if your stuff is in order, and you are truly legitly taking care of your kids by yourself, and you can stand 10 toes down with your chest out, listen, yo, I don't need you to do nothing for me and my kids. I got this on lock. Okay, you got some wiggle room because you got it together. But if you the chick that got the kids and you ain't got your financial ish together, I think that it's a little premature to expect a dude that has no responsibility but himself to come in and pick up that type of slack. I do think that that's a lot to ask for, and you're not bringing anything that will contribute, which would lead to our next hot topic: contributing and bringing to the table. What do you all feel like this, because this keeps coming up? What do you all feel about a man asking you, what do you bring to the table? When you hear that question, ladies, what do you bring to the table? When a man asks that question, how do you all receive that? And are you intimidated by that question? And then, ladies, drop some of the answers that you have given if you've ever been asked that question. What do you bring to the table? What do you all, first of all, what do you feel about that question? What do you bring to the table? Are you offended by that? And fellas, drop in the comments. If you ask that question, what type of responses are you all looking for when you ask that question? What do you bring to the table? What are you expecting to hear a woman say? What are you expecting to hear a woman say when you say, what do you bring to the table? Hey, Nikki, how you doing? What do you expect to hear? Oh, well, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? What do you expect to hear? Ladies, if you've been asked this, what do you bring to the table? How do you respond to that question? How do you respond? What do you bring to the table? Because to me, that's a question that a lot of, that's just a common question now that a lot of, some dudes are starting to ask. And I say that's a new question in my opinion, because like talking to men, I can honestly say I've only been asked that question one time in all of the time that I have been out talking to me, just being good and grown. I've only been asked that one time. And guess what? That was not too long. That was in recent years, within the last 4 years, 5 years. I've been asked that question. And I've only been asked that question once. What do I bring to the table? And so I look, because I was taken by surprise when I was asked that question. So I was just like, what do I bring to the table? Okay. So before I give my answer, again, I want to know, what do you all say when, or if you've been asked that question? And fellas, let me know, what are you expecting to hear when when you ask a woman, what does she bring to the table? What are you expecting to hear? What is the answer? What are you expecting to hear? Because I know a lot of women would say, oh, well, I'm going to cook for him. And this man, he said, I'm going to cook for him. I'm going to clean for him. I'm going to cook for him. I'm going to clean for him. But what else? Like, if this man, if he's single and he's been single for quite a while, he should already have that part taken care of. So when he says, what can you do, or what do you bring to the table? How are you going to respond if he says, well, you got to say something outside of cooking and cleaning because I already got that on lock. I don't need you to cook and clean for me. What else do you bring to the table? What else can you do? First of all, I think that when a man asks that, I don't think a man is genuinely asking that question. I don't think that that's a genuine question. I think that only dudes that their moral compass is a little shaky, dudes, narcissistic dudes, I think that's starting to be one of those questions. I think it's starting to be the dudes that bash women, the dudes that really don't rock with women like that, and they still haven't, came out and accepted who they really want to be with. I think that those are the questions. That's the question that that type of dude would ask. Because, in my opinion, and fellas, I gave y'all a chance to tell me, what are you all expecting? And do you ask this question? But I just don't think that a man that he finds a woman that he's interested in, I don't think he's asking her that question. So, ladies, if a man is asking you, what do you bring to the table? Just take a step back because I don't really think that he's checking for you like that. I really don't. Like, if he's pressing on for that, like, now don't get me wrong. Fellas, I'm not saying that she should not show up with anything. But I'm always confused when I see these posts or I see these videos, and I'm just like, if you have to ask, what does she bring to the table? Why did you approach her? If you didn't see something in her that you felt like could be of some value to you, why did you approach her? Like, keep it moving until you find or until you see somebody that you feel like could compliment you. That's what I think about it. I think that when a dude asks that, he's not really feeling you. He's not. I really don't think that a man that is asking a woman, what do you bring to the table? I don't think that he's feeling you, because the woman that he's interested in, he sees what she's bringing to the table. So my question, what do you bring to the table? I bring my own table. That's what I bring. I bring my table. That's my response to, what do you bring to the table? My own table. That's what I bring. But see, I don't want to ever be in position to have to go there with you, because if I gotta get out of character with you, then I don't even want to be around it. Like, I don't want to be around you if I have to get out of character. I don't want to be around it. I just don't. Like, you gonna have me sitting up here talking smart for what reason? For what reason am I going to be talking smart because you're asking me what I bring to the table? And ladies, a response for what do you bring to the table, it should not be, I'm going to cook for you, I'm cleaning for you. That's not, like, it has to be more. So if I wasn't going to be in my smart aleck way and my smart aleck zone, what I would answer is, listen, you're asking me, what do I bring to the table? Well, I'm a builder. I'm a partner. I'm a confidant. I'm going to have your back when we locked in. And so much more. That's just to scratch the surface. But if you don't see that in me, I'm never telling no dude, oh, I bring to, well, I'm going to cook for you. I'm never telling, listen, honey, if that's all you need is somebody to cook for you, you barking up the wrong tree. You need a maid. What the heck? Oh, I'm a cook for you. I'm a clean for you. What? No. I work too hard to be sitting up here. Starting with that. Oh, I'm gonna cook and I'm gonna clean. I'm gonna prepare his meals and I'm not making those type of promises because I'm just as busy as you are. Not saying that I'm not going to do those things for him and for us and for our household. I'm not saying that I won't do it, but I'm not leading off with that because I offer much more and I bring much more than being able to cook and clean. Like, come on, we finna strategize, we finna build, we finna do some things and go to the next level. So wherever you are, be prepared to have it doubled or tripled. Whatever you have, be prepared. Let's be prepared to grow this. That's the type of stuff. Listen, what you doing? I may have a few stock tips that you don't know about. I may know this, I may know that. I'm an asset. But it's more than, oh well, I'm gonna clean for him. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna rub his back and listen. We gonna go to a spa and get our backs and feet rubbed and all this other stuff. Don't ask me what am I bringing. Listen, it's too much going on. Too much going on for that's all that I can bring. So, ladies, if a dude, as I said, if a dude is asking, what do you bring to the table? I don't think that he's feeling you like that. That's just my opinion. I don't think that he's feeling you. But fellas, dropping in line, what do you say? JP, you're saying that's a financial question. Being intimate, cooking, and cleaning don't have nothing to do with it. Okay, so we got one guy saying that it's a financial question, which is a fair question if you're asking it from that standpoint. But I feel like if you get to know each other and get to building, you'll find out right away what a person is bringing to the table. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. Please stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the Jaye Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Can you turn these TVs off? Because I'm losing reception. My connection is, yeah, those out there if it's connected to the internet, because I'm losing my connection on my page. So it just knocked me out. Are your other studios turned on? What do you guys think? So when you hear somebody say, what do you bring to the table? Like I said, I get a smart mouth and I'm like, I'm not trying to answer nothing you saying. Talking about what you bring to the table. My own table. I sit my table on top of yours. I sit my table on top of your table. Now then when we get I say, you know what, listen, I'm going to pull mine out if you pull yours out. And then don't get mad if mine bigger than yours is. What you bring to the table. This schlong dong. Because you got to bring more of the schlong dong to the table. Especially at this point, you got to bring more of the schlong dong to the table. You cannot only have, I'm going to put this stick on you. That's what you talking about. What I bring, I'm gonna put this stick on you. Get out of here, sir. We are not interested in, look, it's gonna take a little bit more than that, because at this struggle love at this point in the game, I'm not interested in no struggle love. The struggle love is over with. I can come back. The struggle love is over with. Welcome back to the Jaye Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our channel there. That's the Jaye Spot Radio. Go to Facebook, like and follow us there, the Jaye Spot. TikTok, Instagram, the Jaye Spot Radio. Jay is spelled Jaye. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Listen, if you're just tuning in, before the break, we were talking about men asking women the question, what do you bring to the table? Again, I said that I feel like that's a sarcastic question. I feel like if a man is asking a woman that question, I don't believe that he is genuinely interested in her if he is asking her that question. Again, I believe that a man only asks that question to a woman that he's not interested in. And I was also told, so a man said that, you know what, listen, when a man is asking that question, he's not asking in regards to it being intimate. He's asking financially, what do you bring to the table? And if it's a financial question, you know, mm, I'm okay with that because I believe that, like, when you are talking and you getting to know each other, listen, I want to know where you are. I want to know what's going on with you. I want to make sure that, your finances are up to par. So would I ask that on the first date? Probably. We can get to talking about, what, the finances and things of that nature in the first date, because here's the thing. If we are not compatible in that area, then I just want to go ahead and be done with it. I truly do. If we're not going to be compatible, if your credit, and again, we don't have to get into details on the first date, but I think it's healthy. I'm okay with if we start talking about financing. And here's a little bit how that type of conversation can go without getting into too many details. What do what is your credit score like? I mean, what do you think about saving? What do you think about investing? What do you think about, like, do you have any property? Do you own any land? Do you have a business? What are your thoughts on those type of things? That can kind of give you an idea on what is going on with their financial situation. On YouTube, it's saying it's giving arrogance. Hey, Black Love, how you doing? She's saying you ask, but not what you bring to the table. In my mind, it says, what can you do for me? And again, I'm with you. It's a very arrogant question, and I think that is narcissistic. I mean, I think that it just comes from some dudes with, like their moral compass is a little, on the shaky ground. Because again, if the question is coming from a financial point of view and frame of mind, and if you're looking at her and you don't think that she can complement your lifestyle, why are you approaching her? That's what I don't understand. Unless you're approaching her strictly for physical, activities. And okay, I can understand that. But if that's the case, then there's no reason to even engage in well, what do you bring to the table? I agree. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. I totally agree. So we can definitely sit down and have that conversation. And to be honest, I think that that's a fair conversation. Again, when it's not what you say, but how you say it, I believe that that conversation can definitely be had up front. Because again, if we are not compatible and I'm not feeling comfortable with your answers regarding some of the financial things, then that may be a good time for both people to pull back and go their separate ways. Because if you're sitting here, you're just trying to get your stuff together, you're trying to get some things off the ground, or whatever it is, whatever makes you not a good match financially for somebody, then no harm, no foul. First date is just like, okay, well, we ask that. But some people say, and I've gotten a lot of pushback from this, a lot of people say, have told me, Jake, ain't nobody finna be sitting up here asking for what's your credit score and what you think about. Why not? I mean, I don't want to know the number, but can you tell me what neighborhood you're in? Are we knocking on, are we in the 400s? Are we in the 500s? 600? 7? Listen, okay, where are we? So I just want to know, so we can know. And again, Jay, is bad credit a deal breaker for you? Well, it depends on what you determine is bad. But again, when you ask, what can you bring to the table? Got you. Okay, so if you got bad credit, if I'm feeling you, I'm going to show you how to fix it. I'm going to hook you up. And then you're going to have great credit. And see, now you're going to be out of that rut. So that would be a benefit to you. That's something, my knowledge on how to do what needs to be done to get you right is what I bring to the table. But again, this question has become so loaded and so superficial that we just, a lot of people, we're missing it. Now listen, it's not only for the men, because ladies, we do it too. Some of us are guilty too. Listen, if you see a man and his car don't look the way it should look, or he not driving the type of car that you feel like he should be driving, a lot of women will write that man off because of his car. Listen, she won't even have to ask him what he brings to the table, because she'll look at his car and she'll say, oh, snub him off, please. That's what he driving. Honey, listen, a lot of us miss out on your blessing because you snubbing these cars. You do know that these dudes, they do have work cars, right? You do know that these men don't drive their real cars during the week when they're coming to and from work, especially when they working and they got some ish going on. They not in their real car. So I say this, stop throwing you throwing your blessing away, because at least get a chance to know him and stop, don't get on that superficial realm so fast, because you'll miss out because you saw the little hoopty, but that's just his work car. He worked with all this different type of stuff, so when he get off, he don't want all the stuff from maybe the warehouse that he's a manager in, or he's the construction manager, he works whatever it is that he's doing with his hands, and he don't want all that ish that he knows is in his clothes. He don't want that to get in his good car. So now he in his work car, and he trying to holler at you, and you looking him up, and then you go and see him get in some little contraption, and now that just done told your whole understanding up. Now you miss out on him because he's a good, hardworking dude, and you missed out on him because you thought that he was supposed to be driving some fancy car, which he got the fancy car parked at the house that he owned, but now you miss out on all of that because you was being superficial. So you missed out on it. So fellas, it's not just you all with this bring it to the table. I'm saying we have to get back to just the basics, getting to know each other, and just leave all that fra, all that superficial stuff right there. Just leaving it, listen, just put that little superficial ish to the side, and let's just have a face value conversation, and let's see what we come up with after this conversation. Black Love has said, Jay, that is a bit much. Ask him his social security number too. Listen, I just want to know, listen, you know why, Black Love? Because here's the thing. This is a sorting process. I just want to sort. Dating is like getting to know these people is a sorting process. I like to sort because I don't want to waste my time. And guess what? I don't want to waste his time either. So if we don't have like a lot of the basics, compatible, or I know that like, oh, this will bother me so, and we're not going to stop talking today, but I know eventually I'm going to stop talking to you because of this reason. Now I'm starting to say, you know what? If I know deep down that this is bothering me so, and I know from the past that this bothers me, now I'm saying, you know what? I'm not even going to go forward with that because I already know it's going to bother me. And there's no purpose in me putting all this mental anguish on this dude, because it's going to be some mental anguish because this is bothering me. And I shouldn't have went forward with even continuing on with the relationship or continuing on with dating him. Now we done got serious, and now I pull back because of this issue that I knew was bothering me in the beginning, or I knew it would be an issue for me in the beginning. I'm learning to stay away from situations like that because my intent is not to hurt anybody. My intent is not to, use anybody. So now I'm just like, you know what? Going forward, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna continue to execute a better version of me. Now listen, you all, speaking of executing a better version, Lord, what do you all listen, you who sometimes we can be our own worst critic. What do you all think about this next topic? So you all know the show that they go, they're going around and they have the the studio audience, and they're interviewing the people. They have the panel, and then they have the audience, and the audience is able to ask a question. Well, there was a lady in the audience, and she was asked to describe what her ideal man was. And so she said that she wanted someone that was masculine, that he was tall, he was handsome, and that he was active, like he took good care of himself. And so the man from the panel, he asked her, what made you think that what about me is attractive to you? And she told him because he was handsome, which I don't think he is, but she said that he's handsome and that she likes his physique. So there was a woman on the panel, and she decided to ask the audience lady, she was like, well, here's the thing I don't understand. Why are you, as an overweight woman, and I don't know what's the correct term to say because I don't want to offend anybody, but so I'm going to say overweight or obese. I'm going to go whichever word. This is just a conversation. I'm not, trying to be insensitive, because listen, baby, bada bing and bada bang, we ain't short stopping. So nevertheless, anywho, obese. The woman she wasn't sloppy with it, but she was a thick sister. Listen, she was built, like they say, a brick house, letting it all hang out. Baby, she was built, okay? She was built. So the woman on the platform, on the panel, asked her, what makes you think being obese or overweight, that a man that takes care of himself, that goes to the gym, why would he want you? So they said that if you are overweight, then you should only look to date someone that is overweight. Date your weight class. If you're a bigger person, don't look to date somebody that is physically fit. What do you all think about that? Is that a fair statement? Is that a fair statement to say, listen, if this man is in the gym and if he's a health freak and you know that you can't stay, baby, you cooking up all them recipes and baby, you ain't paid. Listen, baby, mama gonna get it, okay? We're gonna get it. Listen, I'm gonna eat however I want to eat, but I still like me a dude that's clean cut. He look good. He smell good. He's in shape. Or are they right to say, you know what? You should only date, if you a big girl, you got no reason, you got no business looking for a man that's not big. You need to go get you a big dude. And the sister that said it to him, baby, she wasn't short stopping. She wasn't even hitting the gym like that. And when I saw that, I'm just like, that it embarrassed the woman that was in the audience, because then she started backtracking, because I'm sure she was not expecting that to be the response that she got when she asked, when she was telling what her ideal man was. Here's the thing. If you're a bigger person and you're attracted to people that are not your same size, if you what they checking for, who are we to say, oh, well, if you're big, then you only need to date bigger people? Who are you to say that? I'm not gonna tell nobody that, because you see opposite attractions and opposite couples all the time. So if this man sees a BBW and that's what he wants, What's wrong with that? What's wrong with her being a BBW and wanting a man that is in shape? As long as listen, if he like it, I love it. Listen, some people, listen, some dudes want their face to be squads in between. They want you to just put their face right here and just smother them. They want you to smother them. That's, look, okay? They want you to they want to be able to lay their head on your pillow and smother them. That's what they want you to do. Smother them brothers, and they love it. So don't feel ashamed about it, okay? Smother you a brother or two, you know? He'll be all right. Trust me. He's going to come. They're going to come back for a little bit more. You know, so don't be sitting up here listening to these people with their false rhetoric, okay? Because a lot of people, they just say stuff, child, just to be saying stuff. These folks be a mess, okay? A hot mess. So I'm just like, look, we have got to get it together. What's for me is for me. What's for you is for you. You are entitled to like and want what you want and like what you like, as long as it likes you back. As long as it likes you back. That's all that matters. But we have to stop making people feel bad. And I know some people say, you know what? Listen, Jay, no. See, that's what the problem is. People don't want to be held accountable. Who are you to hold somebody accountable? Hold your own goddamn on self accountable. That's who you hold. Listen, we got a whole lot of time to mind a whole lot of other people's business, but we don't have no time to mind our own business. Listen, that's what we have to do. That's who we hold accountable. Hold ourselves accountable. But baby girl, if you a BBW and you want you a slim brother, you want you an athletic brother, if those brothers want you back, who mad? Nobody but the chick that couldn't get him. That's the only person that's mad. But we have to stop making all these crazy blanketed statements and be so harsh and mean to each other. I'm just like, I wanted to shrink and disappear for the woman because she was not expecting that woman to come out with her claws. She was like, I'm just like, let me tell you, I'd have been calling that lady all kinds of names. I'm telling you, I would have just had to go. My phone would have been ringing by the time I left the studio, because I'm telling you, the pastor, the whole mother's board, everybody would have been calling me. Sister Vance, the pastor one, I'm like, I'm on my way. I'm on my way because I let this wench have it. I reamed her a new one verbally. I'm like, oh, you can't do people like that. But the whole, everybody would have, the mother's board, as soon as we go to church on Sunday, the mother's been about, I ain't even going to go take no seat because I already know they're going to be waiting for me. That's just how bad I would have told that chick off. If you sitting up there trying to embarrass me like that, I would have, baby, I would have listen, you think you putting on a show. I would have put on a show for you up in there. Whatever they checking for. If a slim dude, a muscular or athletic dude is checking for a big girl, let them check for her. If a small woman is checking for a big dude, let them check for it. Now, the only thing that I would say is just listen. And it's not even, well, it's health-wise. Listen, if you're a vegan, and listen, when you get into those type of situations, listen, now those can kind of be some complex situations if you all don't handle it right in the beginning. Like, can a vegan or a pescatarian, can they be with somebody that just eat meat and all of this other stuff? A lot of times it's not and again, it's depending on the individuals, but a lot of times it's not a good fit because, you know, you all are, unless, again, it depends on the people, but if she eats pork and she's sitting up there, you all are trying to have a nice dinner. Now she's fixed your your vegan stuff, and now she's made her own meal. Now say if she's sitting up there, she done made you some mushroom, steamed mushroom, and because listen, you can fix these mushrooms any type of way, and they don't even taste like mushrooms, baby. They got so many good vegan recipes. I'm like, if I knew how to cook all that vegan ish, I'd probably be a vegan my doggone stuff, as much stuff as as good as some of this stuff is. But she done fix your dish up, and you done fix your dish, and now she's eating her dish. Listen, she got her a nice drippy cheeseburger, and you all are having a nice dinner. And you're like, do you have to eat that? Do you have to eat that swine? And because listen, when you dealing with these vegans and these pescatarians, listen, and these people that they don't eat a lot of certain things, baby, they will make you feel so bad. They be like, so how does that cow taste? Oh, so you gonna sit up there? So you gonna eat that bull like that? So you gonna eat? So how that pig? Listen, they can be some of the most disrespectful eaters. Like, I'm not saying nothing to you as you eat that cardboard or cement or whatever seaweed that you over there eating. You eat your seaweed and shut up and let me eat this baby pig, and I'm gonna shut up and let us just have whatever it is that we want. Now, I've seen relationships like that, and I've often thought that was very interesting. But you know what? It makes a good point, because I'm like that, like dudes that smoke and drink. It's a no go for me, because I'm like, if we ever kiss, I don't want to taste tobacco. I don't want to taste cigarette. I don't want you smelling like cigarette. I don't want you to smell like liquor. I'm hugging you, and instead of smelling like some Savage, you smelling like Hennessy or some whatever else, whatever y'all be drinking on that just come through your pores and your skin. I'm like, that is so unattractive. So I can understand when it's the type of food that you eat, vegan versus a person that doesn't really have a strict diet or something like that. Then I can see that can be an issue. But and then smoking, like I say, smoking for me. Do you guys have something like, if you smoke, or if you don't smoke and you don't drink, can you date somebody that smokes and drinks? Because it's like, again, when we're hugging, I'm like, you don't smell fresh. You smell like cigarette. And it's like everything is going to smell like cigarette. The house going to smell like cigarettes. Just everything, and I mean, some people smoke so long that the smoke don't even bother them anymore. But I'm like, I'd like my lungs to stay, I'm not even gonna say fresh and clean, because the way the government killing us with this food, I don't think none of our lungs are fresh and clean. But that's a whole another conversation. But find what you like what you like, rock with who you rock with. But don't let these pea brain people dictate to you, oh well, if you're big, then you shouldn't desire a dude that's small. Listen, go listen, find your own, like I said, find yourself. Go find yourself, and stop trying to embarrass people and belittle people. Oh, she needs some accountability, and she needs this, and no, let people do what they're gonna do. Now, speaking of let people do what they're gonna do, our next hot topic. Listen, I made this is a post that I made, and I'm about to come for these sweet Garrett popcorn, Duncan Hines, just sweet Betty Crocker. I'm ready today. I post this post, and I said, I can see why women are happier single. Okay? The wrong man in your life will drain you emotionally, physically, and financially. Please tell me What's, fellas, I want your honest assessment. Please tell me if that is a bitter post. I can see why women are happier single. The wrong man in your life will drain you emotionally, physically, and financially. Fellas, if you've never, and you are not a woman, if you've never had or been in a situation, been in a relationship, this particular post was about a woman letting go and breaking free from the wrong man. This post did not say there are no wrong women. Nobody posted that. So we were talking about women breaking away from the wrong man. And if you've never broken free from the wrong person, then of course that post goes way over your head, because you don't know how it feels to be free, to finally have yourself again, because you've let go what was draining you. When you get with the wrong, when a woman gets with the wrong man, it does just that. He will drain her of everything good in her. Everything. Everything. And the same is true with a man getting with the wrong woman. She will drain you. Getting with the wrong person will drain the life out of you. It will drain, it will cut years off of your life because of the havoc that they bring. The wrong person brings about stress, brings about chaos, brings about all kinds of negativity. But baby, when I tell you these Duncan Hines dudes, oh, well, if you want to be with, if you just bitter, I'm just like, now you all know I try to practice, not saying too much on this, I try to keep cool on here, but I'm gonna be honest, I had to fire off on a few people if you come from me personally. I don't care about you disagreeing with the post, disagree all you want to. I had one person, one dude, he went so far as to say, he's like, you're bitter, yeah, and you hate men probably like you hate your dad. And I was just like, well, first of all, sir, my dad is deceased. So for you to bring my deceased dad into this, now I got to go in on your mother and find out why she didn't take her birth control pills, because had she took her birth control pills, I wouldn't be having this conversation with you right now, because you would not be here. And I don't like to talk like that, but some people need to know, listen, if you come for me, this mouth, I got it. Understand what I'm saying, okay? I come from the big family. I'm about it. I try not to be about it on here, but some people go too far. And that dude went too far. Black Love, you said, I asked my boyfriend, he said no. Age and maturity is a thing. He said it sounds like facts to him. It does, because here's the thing. Experiencing that, like I'm like, oh my God, this is really true. The wrong man. Now here's the thing. We talk about toxic women, but let me ask you fellas this. How many men are willing to admit to creating toxic women? See, we talk about all the toxic women and all the ish that they do, but how many of you all are going to be honest about the amount in the number of toxic women that you create. Jay, what you mean create? All the women that you have dogged out and messed around, what the do you think you have left behind? I know you don't think you left a whole sane woman behind. So the women that you complain about are the very women that you all are guilty of creating. So please stop hollering toxic women and stop creating them. If you don't want to be with somebody, break up with her like a man and stop leaving a trail of heartbreak, bitterness, and evilness. And then you got the nerve to get on here and say, oh, these women are toxic. You think? You think? You dog her out. You play all these games with her. What you think she gonna feel? How you think she gonna feel? You think she gonna just be Mary Poppins all over the place? And now she got to get her emotions back together. She got to pick up the rest of the pieces of her heart because you were trifling. See, y'all not going to say that. We not ready to have that conversation. Y'all just going to keep hollering, toxic women, toxic women, toxic women. She toxic, she toxic. Tell about how many women you've made toxic. She crazy. Tell how many women you have made crazy. You all make these chicks crazy. And then guess what? You put them back in the dating pool. So now all these toxic people are back in the dating pool. Guess what? And you got somebody's toxic ex. But guess what? Somebody got your toxic ex. So until you all stop creating toxic chicks, then that's all we gonna have, are toxic chicks, because that's what you guys are doing. She didn't just wake up and say, I'm gonna be mentally unstable today. I'm gonna be emotionally imbalanced today. I'm gonna be a mental wreck today. She didn't wake up just feeling like that. You all did that. You created that. You created that by your foolishness, your games, and your lies. But then she toxic. Wait, what? You cannot be shocked. You can't be surprised that she's mentally unstable. She's not stable. You can't be. You cannot be surprised. But y'all are talking about, oh, well, she needs to take responsibility. Take responsibility for the toxic women that you helped to create, because she did not become toxic on her own. A lot of you guys, not all of you, the ones that do this are the ones that's going to have a problem with what I'm saying. You all play all of these games. You all do all this negative stuff. You tear her down. You dog her out. Play all these games. Now she's toxic. She's not the same woman that you met. When you met her, she was together. But then you came, you lying and you cheating. And now you breaking her up out of her shell. She could be at peace. Now you got to looking through your phone. She wasn't doing that at first, but now something is off. Something in the relationship is off. But you're not going, and you know you out there now, you dipping around. You got a little something on the side. You got a little something extra going on. Now she's feeling it because she's changed. She's seen the change in your move. She's watching how you're moving different. You're moving different now. So she sees that. She's asking you about it. Instead of manning up and saying what's going on, you're going to lie and act like you don't know what's going on. All along, listen, she's knowing. Now, listen, she turning on the Inspector Gadget. Now the crazy is being activated. because you won't be honest. So instead of lying and cheating and doing all of this other stuff, now she popping up on you. Now she making phony profiles on your Facebook and all on social media, trying to figure out what you doing, who you doing it with, because she know that you're doing something, but you lying to her and telling her you're not. So, got it. So you supposed to be able to do all of that, and she's supposed to still remain sane. Okay, she's supposed to still remain sweet, and you taking her heart and her mind and her emotions through the ringer, but you expect her to still hold it together as you put her through all of that ish. Okay, keep thinking that. So you create her. Then when you done with her, you done using her and playing around with her, then you dump her back out there. Guess what? You've just put a toxic woman on the market. Yes, you have. And guess what? For all your friends that go and do women like that, listen, we running into each other. You're running into your ex. So now she gone. Now she's toxic. She was sweet when she met you. Now she toxic for this dude because of what you made her. So now this dude that your toxic ex is now with, he done made a toxic chick. Now you meet her. Now she's toxic. We ain't gonna talk about that though, right? Nope. We not. These toxic chicks, we not gonna talk about none of that. We not gonna talk about, you all are not gonna acknowledge. Listen, I have created a crazy chick or two. I have created a crazy, a toxic chick or two. You're not gonna do that. Some of you all want to sit high and look low. Yeah, they need to get themselves together. That's all they do. Bring all this drama. Yes, just so you just sit so high and look low. But you are the toxic dude that she dated. And then I'll tie this next hot topic into it. A lot of men like to say she does this, she's dating, she dates all these toxic dudes. She want to date all these toxic dudes when she's younger, but when she gets older, she want a good dude. Sir, you're the toxic dude that she dated when she was younger. You're the toxic dude that these chicks dated when they were younger. Now you think that you a good dude. No, you are the toxic dude. Now that she's damaged, now she want a good dude. No, sir, you're toxic. You're toxic. You are the toxic dude that you are referring to. You're the toxic dude. But y'all don't want to hear that though. You all don't want to hear that. I'm not saying women, there's no accountability for women. I am not saying that. But this right here, this rant right here is specifically for the dudes that they can't see. They got amnesia. They have selective memory. You out here sliding around, slithering around, sliding in the streets, jumping from chick to chick, playing games, not being a single honest dude. No. You're not gonna do that. You gonna lie and play games, and then when she act crazy, now, man, she crazy. I don't even know why she be acting like that. What? Wait a minute. What you mean? What you talking about, Willis? What you mean you don't know why she like that? You know exactly why she's like that. But you're not going to sit up there and be honest and say, man, you know what? Man, I did lie to her. I'll admit, I didn't do her right. I didn't treat her right. I didn't treat her right at all. You know, she was a good woman and she didn't deserve that. She didn't. Fellas, have you all ever sat back? If you this dude, or if you've done this, have you ever sat back and said, you know, man, she did not even deserve that. I didn't even have to do her like that. I could have just left. I could have just left her alone. I could have just did whatever. I didn't have to put her through the things that I put her through. I could have just left her alone. But instead, I didn't leave her alone. I made sure that I mentally and emotionally dismantled her. I made her toxic. And now I want to sit and I want to beat my chest because now I'm a good dude. Now, I'm not saying people can't change. I'm not saying that. Now I'm a good dude. Now I'm older. Now I'm mature. Now I can sit, but now I'm going to sit and look and act like I'm not getting back what I put out there. Huh? You can't go around breaking people's hearts, doing all this foul stuff, and then think, what makes you think you can do all of that? And then you deserve a whole same person. What makes you think that? You cannot be going out there using people and just doing all kinds of foul stuff, but then you want a good woman. For what? So you can break her too? What? No. Stay away. Listen, get somebody that's on your toxic level until you are healed, until you're not contributing and creating toxic, damaged women. Because a lot of you all will damage women and then call them toxic. But it's what you've done. This is what you've created. This is what you have created. Hey, Peterson, how you doing? King Music is saying, I can say that in my younger years, not these times, these women I've dated recently are horrible. It's easy to say you can leave when most women don't invest as much as a man invests in a relationship. Not saying you, but most women. And I can understand that, and I totally agree with you, King Music. I totally agree with you. But I'm saying, before that woman got to the toxic stage, do you think she just woke up and said, I'm gonna be toxic? Or did a man turn her toxic and now put her back out in the dating realm? Now you have to deal with the toxic chick. You created a slew, and I'm not saying you personally, but some men create a slew of toxic women, and now you expect a good woman. How? When you all are creating all of this toxicity. Again, some women are toxic because of things that have happened to them in the past. Childhood. Listen, some women have been through a lot of things. A lot of things. And before they have even healed, they done met you. And baby, you done turned, listen, she was already in bad shape when she met you. But oh boy, she met you, baby, you took her from bad to explosive because of your antics. Fellas, I say this. If you meet a woman and you see that she's been through some things and you're not ready to be that dude, leave her alone. Why come and damage her even further? Why come and mess up a woman that you know you have no intentions of even being with? Why come and make things worse for her? Why? Why do that? Just leave her alone. Black Lover said, as a woman, you have to know, yes, I was in a relationship. That doesn't mean I have to be that person in my next relationship. Sometimes the fools never learn. Men might invest financially, but I think women invest more emotionally. I totally agree with what you said. Women definitely invest more emotionally, and men invest financially. And somehow the financial investment, that can always be repaid. But if she's investing emotionally and that's being taken for granted or it's being toyed with, look at what you're leaving behind. So you can't create a slew of toxic women and then you expect a whole sane woman. Why do you deserve a good woman when you keep destroying them? That's what I'm saying. Not everybody, not every man, but this is for the men that sit high and look low on the so-called toxic women. How do you expect a good woman? Why do you deserve a good woman when all you do is break them? You don't need a good woman. You need to go get an exorcism. You need an exorcism to be performed on you before you get involved with another woman, because you have an I break women spirit. Ladies, you all have to understand and recognize when a brother has an I break women spirit. Jay, what do you mean by I break women? Look at how he's talking. Look at how he moves. We have to be responsible for it. Listen, stop getting caught up on all the schlong dong. Listen. See, listen, you all, fellas, I'm going to tell y'all, some of you all know y'all knocked the understanding listen, knock the understanding right on up out of it. Now, see, you done hit the jackpot. Now you done knocked the understanding out of her. You done knocked the common sense up out of her. Now she can't see straight. You done put that schlong dong on her right now. Listen, you done rewired her brain. Now she can't focus. Now you done knocked the crazy right on up out of her. You turned that on. I told y'all, stop trying to put on your best. Stop putting on your best moves, for these people that you don't plan on being there with. If you know that you're not going to stay, stop. Listen, put your back into it. All this. Stop doing all that. Because y'all turning on the crazy cycle. That's all I'm saying is y'all turn it on the crazy cycle. And you turn it on so that you all got these chicks out here saying, I don't care if I can't have him. I just want to be his side chick. Wait, what? Y'all be put, some of you all done knocked the common sense out of some of these women that they don't care what position they play in your life. You could keep them a secret. And they wouldn't care. As long as you get to knock the common sense, you keep knocking the common sense up out of them. That's all that matters. And that's going to lead us into tonight's topic. The truth about side pieces. Listen, you all, this girl, what is this girl's name? She's a new chick. Summer Walker. That's out here, baby, no shame at all, saying that she don't mind being this man's side chick. She don't mind. She's like, listen, I know he married, and baby, I don't care. As long as I get my turn, that's all that matters. I don't care about nothing else. He can be married. He can have 4, 5 wives. As long as I get my turn with him, that's all that matters. I don't care who he goes home with. I don't need him to stay here. I just need him to come and knock my understanding out, and I'm good. And as I saw that post and I heard her talking, I'm just like, wow. Who raised you, first of all, And then who hurt you? We are living in a day and age where there's no more respect. People are not respecting people's marriages, relationships. There's no respect nowadays. You got people. I mean, listen, there was always cheating. Don't get me wrong. I understand that. There's always been cheating. But the level of pride that some of these chicks are taking as being side chicks and just being used and tossed around. And I'm just like, okay, wait a minute. It has to be something. Something is there. Something is going on. And I truly mean we are really living in a day and time where there's absolutely no respect for marriage or relationships. There's always something lurking from the sideline, looking for a way to get in, they looking for a crack to slide through, waiting for the opportunity to get a piece of your pie. But again, they don't see it like that. They don't see it as lurking. They see like, I see something I like, I'ma get it. Wait, ma'am, wait. How you gonna get somebody else's husband? I don't understand that. You have these chicks, they're out there, and they would get on these dates with these men, knowing these men are married. We're gonna talk about the married men. We're gonna talk about the married person in a second. But you'll get these chicks out here because I've seen it's mainly seems to be the chicks that can't wait to expose the dude. Like, why would you get in a situation? You put yourself, he told you he was married. Yes, he's going to do every nasty, filthy thing to you that he can because he doesn't have any respect for you. I don't care how you want to dress it up. Oh, he putting that money down over. Listen, of course, men don't mind paying to do dirty things to you. They don't care. You think money is nothing to them. If you letting them slut you out and listen, they doing things to you that they wouldn't even think about doing to their wife. You know why? Because some of the things that they're doing that they desire to do to you, they respect their wives too much to do that to their wives. So but meanwhile, you thinking, yeah, she ain't doing what she needs to do to keep her man. She ain't doing. So you call letting him TT all in your ear and you call that doing, you call her, so she's supposed to be a human toilet for this man. And you call that's what she's supposed to be doing. She ain't doing what she's supposed to be doing as his wife. And you are. So you're allowing a man to relieve himself 1 and 2 on you, and you proud of that. That's something that you think he want to do that to his wife? No, he wants to do that to something that he feels is nothing, which is you. So he'll come over there and relieve himself, just like what they do in the bathroom. When you done using the bathroom, you flush the toilet and then you get up out of there. That's what some of these men are doing to you side chicks. They flush the toilet and then they get out of there. Oh, he keep coming back. Well, don't people use the bathroom every day? People use the bathroom every doggone day. So I don't understand. What do you mean? Well, he keep coming back. Yeah, I would too. If I got to relieve myself, I'm gonna do it too. Being a side chick or a side dude is not a badge of honor. Now, for those that are saying, well, Jay, I don't understand. What do you mean side piece, side chick, side dude? Let me just break down what is a side piece and a side dude. According to an online source, a side piece is your partner's other relationship. You have the side chick, which according to an online source is the other woman. She's always been there, also known as the mistress, a woman that is neither a man's wife or girlfriend, but has relationship with the man while he is in another relationship. Then you have the side dude, which according to the online source is a woman's side person, her plan B. Now they're saying, now listen, fellas, listen, you all, what do you all think about this? Because this online source is saying a side dude, he is never an alpha male. An alpha male will automatically be given the place of a boyfriend once met. What do you all think about that? This online statement is saying, this online source is saying, side dudes are never alpha dudes. They are always beta males, simp dudes. That's what the online source is saying. I don't know. What do you all think about that? Drop in the comments. Is that true? Are side dudes always beta dudes? I don't know now, because listen, there's a plenty of dudes that listen. I don't know if I agree with that online source, but I just had to tell you all what the online source said. But I'm gonna disagree with my own online source because, yeah, listen, I think it's actually the opposite in today's society. The alpha dudes, because it's the arrogance, it's that conceit, I don't know, because it's like he can sit there, hit your woman, listen, knock her understanding out, and then send her back on over there to you. Rearrange cervix and all, because y'all listen, y'all know that's some of these dudes out here, baby. They'll rearrange your cervix real quick. How you up in the ER? You be like, what in the? That's what I'm saying. You all do not be falling for this foolishness out here, because we just living in a different day in time. But I want to know if anybody is willing to be honest. Have you ever been a side chick or a side dude? Have you? If so, how was it? And if so, were you a side chick or a side dude knowingly or unknowingly? Now, listen, I've been a side chick and I didn't even know. I'm just like this dude living up. I'm telling you. That's why I tell you, some of these guys are so flipping good. You're like, you see them all the time talking to, like, when I'm gonna just tell you like that. Some of these dudes got some good game out here. They got some good flipping game out here. And it's easy to be unknowingly. So it's like when you start catching on, like, wait, some ish ain't right. And then you put your Inspector Gadget hat on and you find out, you like, yo, man, you in a whole flipping relationship, or you whole flipping out. First of all, I'm like, how are you in a relationship like this? And all the times we've spent together, that's a lot. How are you explaining that on the other side? So it's possible to be a side piece and not even know it. Okay. Now, once you find out, now that's where the problem comes. What are you gonna do once you find out? Because some people be like, well, I'm too alive. I'm too involved in it to let him go. Girl, let that woman's husband go. He don't belong to you. And now I'm turned off. I'm like, I don't even want to deal with you because you disgusting. So it's like, unfortunately, if you got any couth and any respect for yourself, you let the bastard go or you let the chick go. But some of them, like I say, you have some of them that say, you know what? I'm too invested in this to let him go. If he really cared about his wife like that, he wouldn't be over here with me. Oh, you trifling chicks make me so sick with that doggone attitude. If he really loved her, he wouldn't be over here with me. Wait, let that man go. You know he married. Let him go. Whatever issues he got with his wife, send him back over there to work out whatever issues he got with his wife because he can't fix nothing over there with you. Now he know and you know that you decide, all levels of disrespect is finna open up. Now, see, now he don't have to pretend anymore. Because now you know that you ain't the only one. And you ain't even his main. Oh, that's when the disrespect will start if you stick around. It's crazy. It's crazy. But if you want to listen, I want to hear some stories. I want to read a few of y'all stories. If you ever been a side chick or a side dude and you didn't know, drop how you found out that you was a side chick or a side dude. And did you be honest? Because I know some of y'all ain't gonna tell the truth. Did you stick around once you found out you was a side chick or a side dude? Did you stick around? Cedric, you said, yes, I have both knowingly and not knowingly. Once I found out, I went my own direction. Tell me about the time that you knew that you was a side dude. That's the one I want to hear about. Cedric, you knew that's the one I wanted to hear about. Don't give me the good guy version. Give me the one that you knew about. That's the one I want to hear about. Give me that one. Pretty Tasha, you're saying, I'm not finna be no man's dingo side piece. He can get the listen, tell him, Pretty Tasha, tell them. Now we got over here on YouTube. Black Love is saying, I didn't last long, maybe 2 or 3 months until she called me at 1 in the morning. Woo, child. Listen, Black Love, let me tell you, I found out one was married, okay? I'm just like, oh, Father, what kind of foolishness has the enemy got me over here involved with? But in today's society, you guys, why do you think, like, it's like I said, it's always been cheating. But today, society glamorizes infidelity and cheating. But back in the day, you used to have bargain basement Betty and Mrs. Jones. They've always been there. But today you got Summer Walker and you got all of these people that, like, they're up close and personal. And they're not in the background anymore. So it leads me to believe, like, when they come out and they have all of these different outbursts and they have all this smoke for the wife, do you all think that side pieces, do they intend on staying the side, or do you all think that they eventually want that main spot? Do you all think that they want that number one spot, or do you all think that they're okay, side pieces are okay with being the side? Because again, for women, a lot, and some of them, listen, there are some, I'm gonna say this, there are some special women out there that can totally detach emotionally from a man when they are intimate. There are some, I mean, they used to call them the ladies of the night. But there are some women out there that can totally detach from these men. There are, when men cheat, men often cheat for the physical. But women often cheat because of the emotional. So I find it hard to believe, like, you start off as a side chick, and that's true. However, I don't believe that side chicks, that they desire to remain side chicks when they come out and expose the relationship. Because here's the thing. If you were happy with being a side chick, then you would play your role. Your role is to be a secret. Nobody needs to know about you, Summer Walker. But when you come out and you put your business out like that, and you put the relationship out like that, you step into a new territory. You stepped into trying to take the main spot. That's why you say something. So I totally believe that if a woman is coming out about her side relationship, she's coming out because she wants the number one spot. Men typically stay the course and they play the role. Men are typically good, unless, again, if you suck his soul and you take his soul from him, and you have him seeing Casper, this friendly ghost, and you have him sounding like Michael Jackson. If you have him sounding like that, he's going to come out. But typically, men keep the side-ish under wraps. They keep it under wraps because they're not trying to get exposed, and they're not trying to gun for the position. Because here's the thing. Men will cheat with you, but they're not going to be too quick to put you in that spot, put you in the number one spot, because they already knew and they know what you're capable of doing when you are in the number one spot. They know what you'll do because they see what you're doing with them. So men, again, they'll cheat with you and they want to do all that disgusting stuff with you. But a lot of times, now there are some exceptions to this, but for the most part, these men are not going to scoop you up if you they side person and you done did all this disgusting stuff with them, because guess what? He don't trust you. Jay, what you mean he don't trust you? Because he knows that you're willing to lie, sneak, and slither around, because you lying, sneaking, and sliding around with him. So he knows that if you're doing that with him, that you will do that to him. And so they're not too quick to give you a promotion to the main spot. They'll keep you at the side chick level. But as far as them trusting you to make you number one, they'll go and get a whole new relationship that will have nothing to do with you. And that's how a lot of times these dudes do. They'll have a side chick, they'll have a wife, he'll leave both of you all and go get him a whole new chick. The wife, because he was already out of there. The side chick, you was just something for him to do, and you made it easy for him to do it, so he was able to do it. But now he'll go get a whole new chick, and he'll drop both of you off. Don't think that being a side chick, or because you glorify it. I love being a side chick. Baby girl, please go get you some self-respect. Summer Walker, auntie, mamas, and grandmas, them, please pull that girl to the side and talk to her and tell you are putting our family to a whole open shame if you don't cut this huzzy type behavior out. Because I'll be telling, I don't care how old you are. I'm that auntie. I'm that, look, if you don't quit with this trickish type behavior out here, you making us look bad. We not all like that. Make them think the whole family like that. Make them think the whole family ain't much. The truth about being a side piece is that they're unfulfilled. They look on the outside and they often want what you have. But when you're coveting what somebody else has, you have to always remember this. Just because the relationship between two people are sweet, that's because that's their mix up. But when you add a different ingredient to it, you may not get the same man or the same woman that you're desiring when you see a good relationship. So be mindful before you go jeopardizing people's relationships and just jumping in to some craziness and destroying somebody's home. You reap what you sow. What goes around comes around. And there's no benefit, and there's no plus, and there's no award or no good deed. There's no good recognition for being a side piece. You just an easy receptacle for somebody to use. Stop letting people use you and stop using yourself. Guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our YouTube channel, like and follow us there, the Jaye Spot Radio. Go to Facebook, like us there, follow us, the Jaye Spot, TikTok and Instagram, the Jaye Spot Radio. Jay is spelled Jaye. Make sure y'all comment, let me know. What do you think about being a side piece or a side dude? And have you ever been one? Until next time, you all take care of yourselves and each other. Peace out. Good night, you guys. Thank you so much. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night, you all. Thank you. Good night. Good night, guys. Thank you so much. Good night. Good night. Good night, family. Good night.